Today we're gonna make a recipe for a chicken parm pizza. And this is gonna be more of a weeknight version where you're actually using the chicken as the base to the pizza. This is a recipe that a patient actually told me about a couple years ago, and I make it all the time because I don't know about you, but if I could, I would eat pizza every night of the week. So the things that you're gonna need, we have right here. So you're gonna need 1 pound of either ground turkey or ground chicken. Over here to this mixture, you're gonna add a 1/2 cup of Parmesan, 1 egg to help bind it together, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. So we're gonna mix that all together, and then we're gonna put it in the oven to bake, and then we're gonna top it with some tomato sauce and some mozzarella cheese. I have my chicken or turkey here, and I'm gonna add my Parmesan, my egg, my garlic powder, and my Italian seasoning. And then I'm gonna mix it all up. Now that everything's well incorporated, I'm going to put it on a baking sheet that I've already lined with parchment paper. And the parchment paper is just gonna help to make sure that it's not gonna stick. So I'm gonna put it in the center. And I'm going to form it into a ball in the center, and then I'm going to press it out. You want it to be about 1/2 inch thick because you do want it to hold together, but you also don't want it to be too thick. You want the right ratio. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna put it in a preheated oven at 400 degrees. I'm gonna bake it for like 20-25 minutes just to make sure that this cooks all the way through, and then I'm gonna put the toppings on and broil it. My crust is out of the oven. You just want to make sure it's starting to brown on the edges. If you have a little bit of liquid on top, you can go ahead and just blot it because you're going to be adding more liquid when you add the marinara. I turned off the oven and turned on the broiler. I put the broiler to high because we're gonna put the marinara and then the cheese on top, and we're basically just gonna melt it and get it a little bit brown, but the chicken is already cooked through. I'm gonna add about 4 tablespoons or so of marinara, but you can use as much or as little as you want. You can also use different sauces here. If you wanna get creative, you could use pesto, you could use a vodka sauce, plenty of options. Now I'm gonna top the whole thing with a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. You can also use a pizza blend. You can use a different kind of cheese, whatever you like. Now it's gonna go back in the oven under the broiler for like 3 to 4 minutes, but you really wanna keep an eye on it because sometimes the broiler can burn things really quick. So you keep an eye just to make sure it's starting to get a little brown. I took my pizza out from the broiler. I transferred it to a cutting board. You wanna just slice it in regular pizza slices. You could do it in squares if you prefer that. And there you have your pizza. You can definitely top this with any vegetables or whatever toppings you like, but I like a classic pizza, so this is what I went with. Enjoy.